Hi, it's Nicola Fox from Reflexology, and today it's World Mental Health Day. So today I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about how our emotions can influence the body's organs, and show you some hand reflexology techniques that you can use on your own hands as a way to support your physical and emotional well-being. So I'm just going to share my screen. Just want you to have a little look at this image. So it does show on here some different emotions, and by all, this is not all of the emotions, it's just some that I have picked out to kind of explain how the connection between how we are feeling, how our emotions are, and which have a direct link to different parts of the body and its organs. So this is something that I do in my workshops, and it's something that I do with children and with their parents. So it's really good to kind of get that understanding of getting children to understand their emotions, how they react to their emotions, and how that has an influence on their behaviour. But for today, I'm really just going to talk about more about the emotions. So, for example, we've got up here angry. So feeling angry can have a direct link on the functioning and the effectivity of our liver. And when I say all of these, it's not just a one-off. This is kind of over a period of time. So if you are feeling angry and that's continuous, then you might get pains in the stomach. You might notice your child, if they get really angry, they might say, well, I've got a bit of a stomach ache, and actually it's probably linked to the liver. So sadness, that's linked to our lungs. So often where we feel sad, the chest might feel quite tight, it might feel quite heavy, our breathing might change, it might become more shallow. Being happy is linked to the heart, and hopefully that's something that we want more of, that happiness, get that blood pumping around the body, which and have all the systems working together effectively. We've then got worried, so being worried, so that worried, feeling sick through worry, that does have an effect on our stomach. Feeling scared, so when we do feel scared and anxious, that might mean that we go to the toilet more, and as a direct link, being scared has a direct link to our kidneys. Now, feeling frustrated can have an effect on the spleen. Now, our spleen is linked, it's there to help us fight against illness and infections. So you might find that if you're often frustrated or worried, having maybe lots of overthinking, then over time you might feel that you can become more ill, or you catch colds, catch illnesses quite easily. We've then got guilty. So guilty, we put in here the intestines. So again, you've got those feelings of guilt for whatever reason that might be, it might upset your stomach. You might feel constipated, you might feel you've got diarrhea, and it's just affecting that whole of that in the large and the small intestine area. Just want to give you a little bit of kind of insight into I suppose where I'm going with this is we need to think about how, before I give you some techniques, is picking out one of these emotions and thinking how you react to those and what behaviors we might have as a result of these emotions. So, for example, if you're worried, how do you react? So, for example, you might feel sick, or it might be that you begin to overthink, or you have that butterfly feeling within in your stomach. And as a result of that, your behavior might be that you don't sleep very well, that you bite your nails, or you might need to go to the toilet more, or you might avoid situations in the future because of these worries. And it's that over time that is a bit of a concern. So kind of, as I say, I go through this a little bit more in my workshop. But if you can begin to identify your emotions and understand how you react and how you behave, and the same for your children, then you can begin to understand the effects that it has on the body and put in the right kind of coping strategies to support your emotional well-being. And you can begin to understand that when you experience these reactions, or when you experiencing these reactions, when you're not sleeping well, or you're feeling sick, actually it's a way of your body telling you that you're expressing some of these emotions and that it's time that you maybe need to do something about it. And certainly for children, what I'd love is them to become more aware of their bodies and how they're feeling and how their emotions have an effect on their body, and then be able to put strategies in place to be able to cope with those feelings and those emotions. So while we all have these feelings and emotions, it's when they're lasting for weeks or months that it's really kind of having a long-term effect on the body. And you probably see from this image that it's more specific to the digestive area. So there is such a strong link between mental health and our digestive system. We have something called the vagus nerve, which runs from the brain into the digestive area. And it's a two-way nerve that sends messages from your brain into your digestion and from your digestion back to your brain. So if there's something that's not working in either of those particular areas, it can have a knock-on effect on the other. And all our body systems are connected, and so if one isn't working particularly well, again, that can have a knock-on effect on other areas of the body and how it makes us feel. So I'm just going to stop sharing that now. What I want to now show you is a few different techniques focusing on those different emotions for you to have a go at home. So ideally, if you can do all of these, or you might want to pick out the one specifically that links to the emotions and how you're feeling at the time. So best place, you sat somewhere comfortable, hands on, you're going to be on your lap. I'm going to hold my hands up just so I can demonstrate the different techniques. You might want to use a little bit of moisturizer. I've just got a little bit of grapeseed oil that I'm going to use, just helps with some of the techniques that we're going to do. So first of all, we're going to have a look at the chest. The chest is balls of the hand there. And what we're going to do, we're going to use the knuckles on our left hand. We're going to place them into the center of our right hand. We're going to gently press and lift. I'm going to do this 5 times. With all these techniques, we're going to start on the right hand and then move over to the left hand. You can really focus on our breathing in and breathe out. Now we're going to have a look at the liver. So our liver is on our right hand, and it is the middle section here. So to do this, we're going to do little thumb walks across. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to come down and do exactly the same 3 times. And then we'll do 1 more. So we're covering all of that middle area. And then we're going to do the same on the left hand. Now, ideally, I want to do this nice and slowly. Really focus on working that liver. Now, actually, on our left hand, we've got the stomach and the pancreas. So we're just going to do it's exactly the same place as where the liver is on the right hand. So 3 lines working them each 3 times. Now we're going to have a look at the spleen. Now our spleen is actually on our left hand, but we're going to work both hands equally. Make sure that we're balancing the body. So we're going to use the knuckle of your left hand, and then just underneath the little finger, in between the little finger and the next one, we're just going to slide down. I'm going to do that 5 times, and then the same on the left hand. Working here, we are working that spleen area. Now we're going to have a look at the kidneys. So the kidneys kind of comes in this part of the hand, and again, same technique with the knuckle. Just get the knuckle in and slide down. In fact, if you slide all the way down, you cover kidney and the rest urinary system. This is really good for helping to flush out any toxins. And then we're going to do the same on the left hand. Okay, so the intestines. So the intestines, we've got small and the large intestines, and with this, we're just going to cover the whole of the digestive area, which is the middle and the lower part of the hand. Now we're going to do this in a clockwise direction to follow the flow of the colon. So this time we're going to use with that bit of your hand there, and we're going to do small little circles towards the thumb, and then back to the little finger, just a little bit higher. And so we're covering all of that middle, back. We can do that 3 times. So we're just doing circling. The important bit here is that we're going in that clockwise direction. And then we're going to do the same on the left hand. So starting at the thumb this time, little circles all the way around, and then gradually work higher and higher in the palm of the hand. You might find areas that are a little bit tight, a little bit crunchy. They are areas that maybe need a little bit of extra work, so you can just find that point and just do little extra circles there. Okay, so there's just a few techniques to go at. Like I said, the digestive area is a really important area to support with mental health and to support for our well-being. So just remember that no matter how you're feeling today, that it is okay. And if you've got any questions about what's in the video, or you'd like to know more about how reflexology can help you, then please do feel free to get in contact with me. You can send me an email to nicola@reflexology.co.uk. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.